I bought some books. Got Spiritual Writings by Kierkegaard. Every good and every perfect gift is from above and comes down from the Father of lights, in whom is no change or shadow of turning. Then I have Fear and Trembling by Kierkegaard. Then I have Critique of Pure Reason, Immanuel Kant, or Kant. God, I love the smell of new books. And last but not least, we have St. Augustine Confessions. There is another reality besides this, though I knew nothing of it. My own specious reasoning induced me to give in to the sly arguments of fools who asked me what was the origin of evil, whether God was confined to the limits of a bodily shape, whether he had hair and nails, and whether men could be called just if they had more than one wife at the same time, or killed other men, or sacrificed living animals. My ignorance was so great that these questions troubled me, and while I thought I was approaching the truth, I was only departing the further from it. I did not know the evil is nothing but the removal of good until finally no good remains. Yo, what's up, Letitia? I'm gonna come to Europe, and I'm gonna find myself some concubines for my harem. Just kidding. I got some books today. Do you see the books? Critique of Pure Reason by Immanuel Kant, Fear and Trembling by Soren Kierkegaard, and the Spiritual Writings of Kierkegaard. And I also got Confessions by St. Augustine. How could I see this when, with the sight of my eyes, I saw no more than material things, and with the sight of my mind, no more than their images? I did not know that God is a spirit, a being without bulk and without limbs defined in length and breadth, for bulk is less in the part than in the whole. And if it is infinite, it is less in any part of it which can be defined within fixed limits than is in its infinity. It cannot, therefore, be everywhere entirely whole, as the Spirit is and as God is, nor had I the least notion what it is in us that gives us our being, or what the Scriptures mean when they say that we are made in God's image. You're so smart. Of course I am, Letitia. Of course I am. No. I would say I'm just inspired. How about that? I am blessed with gifts from God because I seek truth and goodness and knowledge. And I approach things with honesty, the honesty of a child. Someone's really loving life today? Why do you say that? Of course, I love life every day. There isn't a day that goes by in which I'm not loving every second of it. There isn't a second, there isn't a drop of time that goes by in which I don't drink it up and savor it. You're just very vocal about it today, that's what I mean. Well, that's good. Look how beautiful that painting is, though. You can't even see it, but look. You have a man with his hands with his head in his hands, but behind him is this glowing halo. I knew nothing of the true underlying justice, which judges not according to convention, but according to the truly equitable law of the Almighty God. This is the law by which each age and place forms rules of conduct best suited to itself, although the law itself is always and everywhere the same and does not differ from place to place or from age to age. I go to work because I want to go to work. I don't go to work because I have to go to work. I can live off peanut shells all I want. I go to work because I feel like it. I don't go to work because I have to. If I don't feel like it, I call off. That's great, Taz. Letitia, why are you being such a sycophant tonight? I'm kidding. I'm just joking. Why are you being so sycophantic? Look up the word sycophantic. Did you eat? Yeah, of course I ate. Sycophant is a person who acts obsequiously towards someone important in order to gain advantage. I'm just kidding. The next two books that I want. What? What? The next two books that I want are Revolt Against the Modern World by Julius Evola and The Decline of the West by Oswald Spengler. I'm not being mean, okay? If you should see what I said to some of these other people, and that would be mean. I'm rarely mean to you, okay? Because you're a youngin'. You're a baby. You're a baby. You still got a pacifier. You're still sucking on a pacifier and shit. So I gotta be delicate with you. But these other people, nah. You're still sucking on a pacifier and shit. You're still playing with a little rattle and shit. When you come in here, I picture you sucking on a pacifier with a rattle. You're like, you're trying to get my attention with the rattle, shaking it. It's like, okay, you gotta be shh. Dude, stop. No, but seriously. You're wearing your